Yes, we are.
Which is that?
We're a lifeguard company.
I'm not in the mountains. Why is that? Why is that company in the mountains? There ain't no damn hills around these here hills.
Sometimes it's just a pain in the rear
Yes, I understand.
to get more.
Doggies on the bed.
I got called that today. They charged me an extra $133 to do some kind of test on my cat. They had to send off instead of taking a couple weeks. It's been a couple months.
Oh.
Why don't people? Why not? You know, it's just like doctors. Speaking of doctors, remind me to tell you something after we go back.
Oklahoma,
Well, I'm gonna be ready.
Okay, Rick.
Ready. Ready, right.
It's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We rewrite the rules. The countdown has begun. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I just want to jump out and say boo one day when that happens.
You have to do it.
Hello. Good morning. Testing. You have to do it
Why is
really
there an
loud.
echo when you?
I don't know. Why is there an echo? Why am I echoing? Echo. Much better.
Okay.
I
We had the echo. We
Who
had the
cares?
reverb unit on. Remember those old, all the old top 40 radios used to have all sorts of heavy reverb on it. I hated reverb. It just sounded so. For an engineer, a reverb is just a little bit on top 40 is there, but jocks, if you have a pot there
Right.
and you got top 40 DJs, they're going to crank that reverb up.
Just need to reverse the reverb.
So I just put instead of that little potentiometer in there, which is nothing
Right.
but a variable resistor, I just put a fixed resistor in. They couldn't adjust it. Nothing but what I wanted it. It sounded just right.
1 week away, Rayford.
Shake a leg. It's the 14th day of August. We're almost halfway through this month, 1 week until the Jacksonville High Cardinals kick off the 2026 football season. The one time I will hope for a cold wave to rock eastern North Carolina would be next week. That would be great.
Oh, man.
And with football, other things to look forward to. Local oysters in October. Midterm elections the first Tuesday of November. Followed by Thanksgiving in late November to help us get rid of the political taste. With Christmas in December followed by a brand new year 4.5 months away. And in between all that, we have Halloween and one more big event, the Dancing Stars of Onslow County Extravaganza. Did I miss anything?
I think you pretty much have it all
You're
covered.
wrong again. This day in history, 1950. The number one song was I'll Never Be Free by K-Star and Tennessee Ernie Ford. The most famous person I know that was born on this date in 1950 was none other than Robbie McFarlane, who for almost 20 years has endured me as her husband. Happy birthday, Robbie.
Happy birthday, Robbie. Nicest person you'd ever want to know.
Yeah, and it's disgusting, isn't it?
I don't know how she does it, living with you.
I knew that was coming. I know
she
that
is.
was coming.
I can't say enough good about, and I'm so honored to be a friend.
Yep.
And we have a lot of good times, especially when we do the golf cart at the Marine Corps Golf Classic every October.
Uh-huh.
We have a good time. We
Okay.
break the rules.
That's a lot. Yeah, I'm sure you do. And they're probably still looking for you.
Yes.
You used aliases. I know you did.
Hmm.
Probably just wanted a fake ID, so I had to get her one.
Well, I know that there was only a couple times we got stopped by the MPs for going over a mile an hour in the golf cart. So up the tree and down the tree and over the bridge.
Okay. Yeah, well,
Anyway.
you could probably dodge them if you tried real hard.
Put that thing in turbo gear.
Yeah, there you go. Turbo golf cart. Here I come. Watch out. Boom.
No, she's always lots of fun to be with.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get some serious news here, but just
Yes.
I was thinking of something last night and this morning.
That's when things
I
become
got two
dangerous.
cats, right?
Right, cats.
And I've talked to a couple of former staffers that I had because I watched them drive along the road, weaving in and out of traffic. And one guy he liked to brag about, well, I'm one of these cross country drivers. That's what we do. We're safe. We know how to do that. Let me compare you to a cat. You people who think you know how to drive. It's not how you drive. It's just like my cat. My cat can maneuver very quickly. But put
Stealth.
yourself into my place or into the drivers of all of those other vehicles out there who have no idea what you're going to be doing. It's like I have no idea what my cat's going to be doing when it starts to move while I'm starting to move.
They're like little stealth
They
ninjas.
they will trip you.
Yes.
Not intentionally. That's not what they do. They just get up to move and they do not telegraph their movements. They don't let you know when they're going to move. They don't let you know which way they're going to go. It's just like you idiots out there on the highway every day, no turn signals. You go in and out of traffic, just left and right and zoom, 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 zoom.
I will tell you, but
That's
you
reckless
brought that up.
operation in my mind.
I was in the left lane. There was a vehicle in the right lane, and I had not yet gotten up to the speed limit. I was just getting up to the speed limit, and I noticed the vehicle next to me kept swerving over close to me. Kept coming close to the line. It did it several times. I'm like, I don't know if they're putting on makeup or reading their phone or asleep.
Was it a woman?
I could never tell because I never got
Well,
close enough because
sometimes
I
you-
ended up backing off.
Yeah, that's what
I didn't even try to pass because every time I try to come up along the side, it seems like they were swerving my way. I says, you know what? I just kick back and I'll let them go ahead, and I stayed behind them. But they finally straightened out, so obviously they were probably doing something that was distracting.
They completed
Yes.
their project.
But
Take
You
your
know.
projects home with you. Complete them there.
I don't know who was
Complete them
driving.
before you leave home, please. Okay.
But I'm like,
Okay. Let's go first up this morning. The Sneeze Ferryman in jail on a host of drug charges.
a host.
Had another charge added to his legal problems. A couple of weeks ago, Onslow Sheriff's Office drug officers, along with the Pender County deputies, raided a house at 233 Lookout Lane. Well, they should have been on the lookout because they got nailed. It's in Sneeds Ferry. The cops seized small quantities of Schedule III, primarily medical low-grade drugs, along with some pretty powerful fentanyl. 42-year-old Sean Lewis Kirby, arrested on trafficking and possession of the drugs, as well as maintaining a place or vehicle for drugs. He was placed in the county's bed and breakfast facility where he had been resting comfortably without the benefit of bond while the investigation continued. Last November, deputies responded to a home on Dunn Road in Sneeze Ferry to find the body of 45-year-old Tanya Martin. During the investigation, deputies determined the death was likely the result of fentanyl overdose. And thus enters Mr. Kirby into the case. Yesterday, Kirby was served with warrants charging him with death by distribution of controlled substances. He remains in jail without bond. Kirby gets to see a judge this morning to have the charges explained to him, just to be sure he understands and to see if he has enough money to afford an attorney or whether the taxpayers, like you and me, will have to furnish him one. During the raid, the deputy seized almost $6,000 in cash. along with 2 handguns and 2 rifles. No charges yet on those seizures, and that's not all. Kirby's also under investigation. He's charged with another similar death in Pender County. Hence the reason the Pender County deputies were involved in this case. We'll have to wait and see how that one turns out as well.
Yeah.
It's
One thing I was thinking about this morning, we've seen a lot of arrests lately of people that have been arrested for giving someone drugs, and that person who got the drugs overdosed and died. Yes, death by distribution. And I was thinking this morning, that was probably one of the best laws dealing with drugs and distribution that the state has come up with.
Well, I'm going to tell you another story, and then I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
It interferes with the real law. 26-year-old Tyron Dixon. He admitted he violated terms of a probationary sentence when he had committed, when he provided dope that killed Jaquan Cannon. This is an online news story and another distribution overdose death. It's deceiving. According to the first line of the story, an Aurora man, you know where that is?
Yes, Aurora.
Will spend the next 12 years of his life in state prison after pleading guilty to death by distribution of charges of drugs he provided the victim. Does anyone, realistically, anybody out there actually believe this person will spend the next 12 years in prison?
Probably
You're
not.
smoking way too much dope if you do.
Yeah.
26-year-old Tyron Dixon admitted that he killed Jaquan Cannon. Cool that the good guys feel so good, high-fiving about sending him away again. Did you understand me? Again, they sent him away. Maybe even for a little longer than the previous sentences he got. So let's take a look at some of those cases. 2019. Possession of dope with the intent to sell, a felony, sentenced in 2022. He was arrested in 2019, sentenced in 2022. He did 3 months for felony, possession of dope with the intent to sell. 2019, before he was even sentenced for the possession of dope. A few months later, while awaiting trial, he was arrested for common law robbery, another felony. This, he got a suspended sentence on. And this suspended sentence was before he was sentenced in 2022. This was after his drug charge. The probation was later revoked because of additional crimes. Got 6 months for that one. September 2022. 2 more felony dope charges and 1 misdemeanor. Suspended sentence, ordered to do some sort of community service, probation.
What?
Mr. Dixon, like so many others, doesn't care what the system dishes out. The system has had several opportunities to get his attention, and the system failed miserably. Made us, those on the outside, we don't believe in any time that they get. We just don't buy it. We are through with your high-fiving each other when you get a conviction for something like this. He pleaded guilty.
You need to save this for when the judge comes in.
He was given probation again on the drug charges in April 2023. Still on probation in December from those drug charges that he was given probation for,
I don't get
that he
it.
committed in 2022. He was put on probation again in April 2023. Still on probation in December of that year when he sold drugs to Jaquan Cannon. Cannon's body was found inside a parked car on December 11th. Along with death by distribution, Dixon was also charged with trafficking in fentanyl, trafficking in methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The sentence handed down was actually a minimum of 9 years and 2 months to a maximum of 12 years for the drug death and the related drug charges, plus between 10 months and 21 months for the probation violation. Not sure what wimpy legislators got involved with the felony murder rule here in North Carolina, but here's how that particular statute is now enforced or not. First, a death has to result. whether intentional or not, a death has to result as the result of committing a qualifying felony. Selling, delivering killer drugs like fentanyl is not a qualifying felony. The qualifying felonies that you must commit to be charged with felony murder include arson, rape, or other felony sex offense, robbery, kidnapping, burglary, any other felony committed or attempted to be committed with a deadly weapon, or other dangerous felonies such as felony child abuse. I'm not understanding why providing drugs, especially feloniously dangerous drugs like fentanyl, are not considered to be one of the qualifying felonies. Explain that one to me. By the way, the punishment for felony murderers is death or life without parole. Nationwide, the number of opioid deaths, most being fentanyl per year, is still in the 100,000 range. In the case of the Aurora man who had several felony drug sale convictions, a maximum of 12 years doesn't seem to fit the state guidance either. According to the statute, unlawful sale resulting in death. This is what is on the books now.
Right.
Class B felony carrying potential active prison sentences up to 40 years. Why are judges given that much wiggle room? Up to 40 years. No minimum. And he had all of these other convictions.
Right.
But there's no minimum required sentence for that statute. If anyone wants to check on this killer, just look him up at the North Carolina Department of Corrections in about 6-7 years when he gets out. If he gets out, he's ordered to pay the victim's family $750,000. Don't think you will ever count on that
I'm
happening.
telling you, you need to save all that so when we do have the judge in here, we can use that
If I
as
don't
an
have
example.
this one, I will have another one. It
Right,
happens
right. I mean, these are
every day.
This is a classic case of what we have been, and so many others are wanting to know why. Why?
Yeah.
They're getting a slap on the hand. They go back out while on probation, commit another crime, get a slap on the hand.
Who was the let's make a deal guy? They're making them every day now.
Yes, yes. I mean,
Used to be a game show called that.
I want to understand the reasoning on the other side, on the judicial side, on the court side, on the law side.
We guarantee you they're going to get a few years in jail.
Well, you know what? A lot of these drug dealers like, yeah, whatever. I'll get a slap on the hand.
Yeah, they're counting on it because they've been getting them all along.
Yes, yes.
Hi, we're going to talk
Good
about something
morning.
nice now. I already
Yes,
started
we
it this
are.
morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. My neighbor walked all the way over here this morning.
She's such a pretty little thing.
She just look at
She's
that
so
smiley face.
sweet.
She just smiles all the time too,
I know it.
unless somebody makes her mad.
Right.
Oh, she's finally admitting.
I've
all that
never
now.
seen, I don't think she's got a mean bone in her body.
She doesn't. She just comes to Grandpa and says, "Hey, can you handle this problem?"
Yeah.
Nah.
Can you take care of this person for me?
I had to backhoe in the yard out there a couple of years ago. They were
Uh-oh.
doing some work, and I put evidence disposal sign on it and took a picture of it just in case. Don't go messing with my grandbaby.
Yeah, so I understand that.
The backhoe was convenient. The boat's a little more fun.
Well, good morning, Allie.
morning.
Allison Thompson.
Yes. Oh, she gave you the side eye.
Allison is what I've always called her. That's
Wow.
what she was born with.
Anyway, she's here to talk to us about Dancing Stars of Onslow County. It's coming up soon.
When she got involved in this Dancing Stars project, she was
A dancer.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
by
A
this
little
time-
one,
by
right?
this time. But she, it was kind of cool. Her mama was heading up that whole operation for a long time and got it started, got it moving. And then Allie came along and she decided that she and her dance team, they could put together something that they could perform during the halftime of the Dancing Stars shows. And that was absolutely, and they raised money. They raised big money just doing it during the halftime show. I mean, who's going to turn them down? I mean, little, people like that, faces just as cute as a button. And so the judges had nothing negative to say, I can tell you that. But we knew where they were parked. No, you guys did a great job, and it was, and then it was in
Awesome
your blood,
job.
right?
Right.
And then your mom decided after a dozen years or so it was time to retire, step aside. You were somebody. She didn't put you in there. She didn't put you up there to take her place. Somebody else did.
Right. The committee actually voted on it last year at the end of or 2 years ago at the end of the season. So this is my second year being chairperson of Dancing Stars, and
what a challenge you inherited.
Right. Big challenge, but
so you got it going. But anyway, last year went off like a well-tuned clock. But you this year, a few months ago, your venue had a little bit of an issue. Had a big old wind storm that came blue and kind of messed it up.
American
Legion.
Oh yeah, but all of us in a panic. But after reaching out to people and talking to people about where we're gonna have this, because we're having this event. It's one of the biggest events, and we're having it somewhere.
Might be a big street dance, but you go have it.
Right. So we contacted Onslow Rec Center, Jacksonville Rec Center, and that is where this year's Dancing Stars is going to be held.
Over there in the Commons.
Yeah.
You got a big venue too, right?
Oh yeah.
Now there were some people out there had said, "Oh God, you're not going to have as much room in there." But I'm learning that you've got actually more seating capacity.
Right. So we'll have we'll be able to see the same amount of people in there. We won't have to cut down on anybody, and everybody can come.
Bring it on.
Nice. I'm excited. And I like the fact that it's got a nice big parking lot, and you don't have to walk over a bunch of stones and gravel and dirt to get to the road.
Yes, you will have a big parking lot.
Yes, yes.
Well, but you will still have the golf carts there with the young ladies driving, so I can get a ride.
Right,
okay,
right. We'll have the golf carts. Don't worry.
Because it was great just to stand there and let them come along and pick me up and take me for a ride.
Right.
And we have Mr. Thompson on the phone calling in.
I don't want to talk to him. You want to talk to him?
Sure.
Oh. Hey, how you doing, son?
Good morning.
You're not Mr. Thompson.
Well, it
said Mr. Thompson.
Well, it said Martin Thompson.
It lied.
Yeah. Anyway, good morning.
Hey, Candy.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great.
Well, you're up mighty early this morning.
I've already been on the phone with clients.
I know. That was you and Allie. You're the only other people on this block when I'm out there walking the dog in the mornings at like 5:30 dark, stuff like that. So it's kind of funny to watch the lights on. There's always a light on. It's kind of like a Motel 6, right?
That's right. That's right. I'm neighborhood watch right here.
There you go. We watch all the red lights and blue lights from time to time, like earlier this week.
Yeah.
So before you start off, we just want to thank you for all the years that you did give to this as the chairperson of Dancing with the Stars. And now it's in Allie's hands, and I know she's done a fabulous job already.
Yes, she has. Yes, she has. It's been great watching her blossom and take it on and go on with it. I'm fairly pleased. Of course, I'm still involved with the Victim Center and board president, but it's nice not to have such a big. It is a big responsibility for the Dancing Stars.
Well,
it's huge.
Now, of course, you started this whole mess, but it's not. It doesn't. It's not like. It's like I used to be involved with the Azalea Festival. The Azalea Festival never ends. There's the last day of this year's festival, but tomorrow begins the beginning of next year's event. And I know that's exactly what happens with you guys.
Well, yes, especially that night at the end of the evening or even during that evening when people will come up and start saying, hey, next year, do this, and it's like, wow, and it is constant. You might actually get maybe a month off, to be honest with you. Usually it's in December or or at least I tried to make it that, because we all know I love Christmas, so I wanted to concentrate on that. But and then
Sorry.
January 1st it's starting right back up.
Mhm.
And it's like planning like a huge wedding. I mean, you build up, and for a couple of hours, it's like everything's going on, and then boom,
Yeah.
about 10:30 when the place is cleaned out, you're like, wow, all that, and it's over.
Yeah. Then there's the withdrawal for a little while.
Yeah, some people, I'm not going to mention any names, and Allie won't either, get kind of sad when it's over with, because it's like, oh.
I
sure
know.
you can guess.
You go into the back room and you just sit down and cry. Doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, she could bust you out now. She could do that. But anyway, yeah, well, it's good. So, Kenny, thanks for doing all you've done for all
Yes,
those years.
thank you.
And the first one pretty well sucked with some of the people that you had.
Yeah, well, they have to start somewhere, Rayford.
You know,
Oh, my
they
God.
started at the bottom of the barrel. I can tell you that right up front.
Don't say
Yeah,
that.
people are still talking about that. I mean, that was one of the best years. I mean, that was
Right.
the inaugural one, and it was.
That's what started it all right there at the country
Yeah.
club.
Yeah, well, you could not do worse than that year. So, I mean, everything was beautiful after that.
It was a sold out crowd. It was standing room. We violated every fire code around.
That's the statute of limitations has not expired on that.
Yes, it has. And I mean, it was great. Everybody survived. There was nobody that got hurt. And a lot of money was raised that very first season.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun, and I think it was a fantastic kickoff to a great event.
Well, it was an idea.
Onslow Victim Center.
Yeah, and it was an idea, you took it and you ran with it. I mean, the obvious location to hold something like that would have been the Jacksonville Country Club, because that's a nice little place, right? Cool. The problem was the little part came to play very quickly.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room inside.
It was, for the dinner, people moved into several rooms, and then before the performance could start, they had to clear out the
Right.
one room where
Yes,
everything was
yeah.
going to be held, so everybody could move back in there just with chairs. It was wild. It was fun. It was great
Yeah.
watching y'all work.
But at the end of the day, all this money raised, we had, the most important award that evening is the People's Choice Award that is most important to me, and that's the one who raises the most money.
Mm-hmm.
And because every team, everybody, all that money, no matter who you vote for, who you give to, all the money is going towards the Victim Center.
Yep.
And that's what this whole purpose, this whole fundraising for. Yes, it is a great time, and it is a great evening that night. Lots of entertainment to watch your fellow citizens getting up there and just they're having a good time. I mean, they are tired after a long season of practicing and learning, but they're giving it all and being cheered on. But the money being raised and where it's going and the purpose and the mission that's my passion.
Right.
And this raising the money, let's talk about that for just a second. This is
Okay.
how much money from day one till now, if you got a wild, well, I'm sure you got better than a wild guess, how much money has been raised by these dancing stars and the ticket sales by the event?
Over 2 million.
Y'all need to be selling some advertising for me, would you please? Seriously, that is tremendous. $2 million that the taxpayers are not, that the government doesn't have to steal from the people of Onslow County to pay for some of the stuff that's needed here, right?
And a lot of it, I mean, of course, it's the ticket sales or the sponsorship tables,
Yes.
and those are big, and we're pushing that too. But each individual dancer is out there doing all kinds of their own separate fundraisers to raise money.
Yeah.
And it started out. Allie and I were talking the other night. The very first year, so it was the inaugural year, and it was new to all of us, including me, of course, of what to do, how to do this, to pull it off, to provide something that we think could continue and hope that it would continue.
Yeah.
The first year was between like 3,500 and 4,000 was what the People's Choice Award winner was, and that
Right.
was Dr. Karen Armstrong.
Right.
And she took home that trophy that year. Well, 2020, there was over 60,000 was raised by one person, and Julie Sewell holds that title for raising that money. So,
It's
and
grown.
then the one that came in behind her, in second place, raised over 50,000.
Oh my gosh.
So Jerry Allen. So, and then it just keeps getting, I mean, those two have been the big headers there as far
Yeah.
as money raised. And
Yeah.
usually now it's running, in the high 20s, of the People's Choice Award winners. So,
Sure. Well,
it's just great. It's just great.
it's wonderful what the people of Lawrenceville County have come together to do this, and y'all have done a
Oh,
great
yeah.
job giving them a reason to get out there to do it. People want to do it, but they just need a little bit of a kick every now and then, a reason to get out and do something. It's organization, and y'all have got it organized. Good for you. Thanks for what you're doing.
And
Now
so,
go to work.
so remember that it's going to be held at the Jacksonville.
We're going to talk to your daughter about that.
Yes.
Oh, you did? Okay, wonderful.
Okay.
And we'll be promoting this every week for you.
All right.
I appreciate that. Well,
Now go make some money.
take it on, Allie, and have a good time. I may or may not be there that evening. I'm not sure. There's a couple
Yeah.
concerts going on.
Yeah, only if you're handcuffed and in jail,
Well, you never know.
and then I will bail you out and take you.
I gotcha.
All right, have a good evening.
You
Have a
too,
good
Candy.
one.
Thanks for calling.
Can't imagine her not being there. Can you?
She's crazy.
So, how many dancers have we got this year?
We have 10.
10 teams?
Yes, 10 teams.
Mhm.
Nice. And we're going to start having the honor of having the dancers on the show here starting
Yes.
this coming week.
Yep, starting this Monday,
Monday.
one
Right.
every week until the.
Can you tell us who's coming on Monday?
Yes, Evan Jarman. Be coming
Another
on.
German.
Mhm.
This ought to be
Another
good. Yeah.
He's from Ritlands area, isn't
Oh, he is.
Got to be.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I remember when Elliot was on. Was it 2 years ago? Elliot was on. I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
He was super. We enjoyed having him. So, Charlie, I know that's probably you calling right now. So just give us a few more minutes and you call back.
Yeah.
But so 10 teams, and they've got the music. They've been practicing. I've been watching some of the videos that y'all are putting online. And let me tell you what. The video that Mr. Thompson and his dance partner put online was epic.
Oh, God,
It was
I
like
haven't
a
seen
very serious type interview. That was really good. I don't know who's doing all your
Went
videoing this year, but great job with the videos y'all have been putting online.
Okay. In addition to the collapse or the tearing down of the
American Legion.
American Legion location, the big hall there. What have you had any other major challenges? Because you went out first, took care of that. I mean, within a week. I know you were one and done on that one, right?
Right.
So, any other challenges?
Really, just trying to make sure everything that we did have in the American Legion, we're going to be able to have at the Commons.
Okay.
You take for granted what you have in the building that you use
yeah.
every year, that whenever you move, you're like, oh, well, I need to get like our long rectangle tables. So that was from the American Legion. All those rectangle tables,
All
like
right.
silent auction, judge's table,
Really?
food. Yeah. So we had to go out, find, that's just a small example, but just making sure that everything we did have, we have in this venue too.
Wow. All right. So, you've got all of these folks. Some returning dancing stars, right?
Yeah, some
And
return.
some of the dancing stars, not they're competitors too, but some of the professionals
Mhm.
are those who came on board as sometimes just they had not danced before, had they?
Yeah, so some of our professionals have danced as stars in the past and have had a really good time and just really good energy and vibes about everything.
Mhm.
So we recruited them to be a professional because, again, it is a big commitment. So when you ask somebody to do something like that, it's a lot of time they're taking away from their everyday life and their family just to put together this and those two dances that they have to do. So sometimes, you get some no's out there, but
Yeah.
we're very grateful with everybody
What's
that we
really
have.
cool, yeah, what's really cool is to watch somebody who is a professional, like a very young person, like a high school kid.
Mhm.
All right, let's just put it that way.
Mhm.
A high school kid who is dancing, pretty much professional. They've been dancing all his or her life, right?
Right.
And they got a granddaddy out there that they're dancing with as their partner.
Right. So
That's always cool.
that is really cool, and it speaks volumes about them because not only are they in high school, so they have school, they have dance afterwards, but also they have the heart to want to do this. So not every high schooler is going to be like, yeah, let me take that time out of my high
Right.
school life, my teenage life to learn to teach two dances to a complete stranger that's old and never have danced before ever.
Two left feet.
It's great just to see that. Just to see like the kids and all of that in our community that are just willing to get out there and
Yeah.
teach.
And then it all goes for the great, wonderful purpose of helping provide a better place, a safe haven for
Right.
victims of domestic violence.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
on a temporary basis. It's to house them and get them out of the situation for a little while. So that's always good. And
Yeah.
you guys have been able to build a new center out of this. You've been able to get all sorts of facilities. You've moved. Part of your fundraising year round is also dealing with goods and things that are given, donated.
Yeah, we're
kind of
very
like a Goodwill
grateful.
Center of your own, right?
Oh yeah, we're very grateful for all of the companies that have or small businesses that have donated. We have a silent auction that night. All that stuff is donated.
Mhm.
We'll have anywhere from game tickets, season tickets to a recliner. We have a bunch of things in the silent auction every
Nice.
year. So that's all greatly appreciated.
So this event is scheduled for October 24th
Yes.
of this year at the Jacksonville Commons Recreation Center, which is 100 Recreation Lane. Everybody knows where the Commons is. And what time does it start, Allie?
Doors open at 5.
5
Do not
o'clock.
be late or you won't get the best seat in the house.
Right.
Now,
Right.
there will be corporate tables, companies, they can buy a
Yes,
table of
yes.
for 8 people or something.
Yes, tickets or tables seat 8 people. Sponsorship tables are available now, and every other seat in there, if you don't have a sponsorship table, is first come first serve. So we
Right.
normally do have a line out the door starting
Oh,
probably
yes,
around
they do.
4, maybe
Yeah.
before 4.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Every-
I've learned the back door entrances to the American Legion, but I don't know what this is, so I'm going to have to scope it out so I can sneak
Well,
in.
when you go vote, you can go scope it out then. There you go. They'll be like, excuse me, sir, what are you doing?
I don't vote there, remember?
If you go early voting, you can vote right there. So that's,
Early voting for me is going to be 4 o'clock in the morning on the day of.
yeah, no, you
Just
did
kidding.
that. You planned on that once
Yeah, that's
before,
what God told me
Netflix.
that. I
So,
won't do that again.
so Allie, and you've already got your judges lined up, right?
Right.
Can you tell us who some of them are?
No.
Okay, all right. We're not going to push.
Well, thank you for not
You can tell
revealing
us
that I'm going to
later.
be a judge this year, okay?
You can tell us later.
I don't want any bribery money
Right.
coming my way. So you guys, you dancing stars, don't bother trying to bribe me, okay?
Are your dancers getting excited?
Unless you want to.
They are. They're getting real excited. They're sending me fun videos. I'm gonna go record a team today. They're having some fundraisers come up. Just seeing all the work that they've already put in is great to watch, especially because these people get paired in February and the show is not until October, and you feel like it's so far away. February to October is so far away, but I tell you, it comes fast.
Oh, yes.
And I tell everybody that. I say, you're not going to believe me till it happens, but this show comes fast. So you need to get your butt in gear and let's go, because
Pretty
it does
much.
sneak up on you.
That's right. Good. So you got your good teams. You got and we will be talking with them, but I will not ask them any questions. Well, if I ask them, I'm not going to let them answer.
I've already warned them.
I know, but they're I'm sneaky.
I know you are, but I warned them.
They are forewarned every year, Rayford, and we try,
I know
but
if I tried, they would be done.
they don't give. And usually, I've seen mornings when we've had them in here, and we're trying, and I look at the door, and there's a face on the other side of the door watching us, and I'm like, oh. All right, how can they get tickets, Allie?
All right, so tickets will go on sale the day after Labor Day.
All right.
It'll be on the Onslow County website. It'll be posted all over
Everywhere.
the Facebook, Instagram, all over that we have. Yeah.
All right.
But get your tickets because has there ever not been a sold out crowd? I can't remember any time.
No, and we
sold
get a
out.
lot of text messages on that Thursday and Friday beforehand, even on the Saturday morning beforehand.
Yeah,
I need a ticket. I need a ticket.
I've made a lot of money on those because I scalp the tickets afterwards. I buy a few extra tickets and I just scalp them $300 a piece.
Right.
I split it with y'all, but it's okay. God, the looks that I get are awful.
So anyway, and I will say from the experience of going the last couple of years, it's a wonderful time. Wonderful time.
It's a great evening.
It's a great cause.
It's a great cause. It's to find out that so much of Onslow County turns out not just to go there that evening, but to support it.
Right.
From Golden Corral,
Yes.
providing the food and catering the whole thing. It's just like a piece of cake then.
It is. And like I said, all the people that donate, there's not only just donate to the silent auction, but Mandarin, who donates dinner for the stars and the professionals the night of, or for their summer socially. That's a big cause. They just donate that. So it's just great. Photographers that night donating just their time it's great.
Nice.
It's a wonderful time, wonderful place.
And if someone would like to become a sponsor, who do they get up with?
They can go on the website, the Facebook, the Instagram, links all over everywhere. You can purchase them through the website. We have 3 tiers. The teal star is $1,500, purple star is $2,500, and gold star is $5,000.
Nice.
Corporate guys, this is your opportunity. I know you've got money that you're going to do something with. You're going to look for a cause. This thing started out with a lot of, back in the 60s and 70s, especially during the 70s in Jacksonville, there were people who suffered domestic violence, okay? They needed a place to be housed, to hide, but there was no place. There was nothing here. And the police officers would take money out of their pockets. And they got $6,000 a year, by the way. That was a salary in those days. They took money out of their pockets and took up enough collection to get a motel room somewhere. And then they would house these people there for a few days. Several motels worked with them for the cost. But that's how this whole event got started. One of the reasons that the Dancing Stars that year had the mayor, who was a former police chief, a former police officer, he was one of those that was doing that himself. Those are the kinds of events that really send it home. The then current police chief was performing that night. He knows how it all works. And so that was a good reason for these guys to get out there and do it.
Oh, yeah.
So
All right, I have another question, Ellie. Just to make sure we get all this in here. You have a thrift store, Finders Keepers, right?
Yes, Onslow Victim Center, yeah.
Yes, and the
store.
proceeds from that thrift store go towards the Victim Center. Tell everybody where that store is located at, hours, if you've got all that.
Yes.
Because that's a huge fundraiser for the Victim Center, too. I know I like going in there and buying. I like shopping there.
well, you could probably have bought some stuff that Robbie has donated to the group.
I've seen stuff that I've donated in there still. I'm like,
Did you buy it back and
No.
give it away again?
That's why I always wait a little while when I donate
So
because
you can forget it.
so I don't go back in there and buy it back. Because if I donated it, I don't want it. But then I see it on there. I'm like, oh, you need to come back home. So.
And then in another year, you'd give it to them again.
Yeah,
That's the way that works. So anyway, you got those hours. We'll get them later.
Yep. So Finders Keepers, they did recently move within the past couple of months. They're moved in the old Major's Furniture store.
Allen Lejeune Boulevard.
2129 Lejeune Boulevard. Those hours are 10 to 5:30 every day. And then you're able to donate there from 10 to 4 every day.
Okay. Cool.
All right, good.
So
I put all that link on there too.
All right, we got it up there.
Yes.
Allison, take the rest of the day off.
Thanks.
Enjoy your weekend because you're not going to have many coming up here soon.
No, it's coming real fast.
Right. It certainly is. Thank you for what you do.
Do you pay any
you.
surprise visits to the stars when they're practicing?
No, because sometimes they don't tell me where they practice and what times. So I'm actually going today to one of them. So
Bye.
Where's it going to be at?
I'm not telling you.
Nice try. You were too obvious.
No, we try anyway. I mean, it's flat out.
They're very secretive. They've been groomed well.
We'll just follow Allie around today.
All right.
Right.
We got a tracking device on our car.
Yes.
No big deal. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Appreciate
Thank you so much.
All right, you take care.
And we look forward to Monday to having our first dancer in.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Have you told them how
Yes.
nervous that they should be? Because
No.
I am brutal.
No, but I have warned him. He better not say nothing.
They are, I will say, they do a good job at warning the people before they come in here, the
But they
dancers.
forget about it when the mic comes up.
Because you see their faces when we ask them something, they'll go,
Like I listened last year, and they're like, "I can't tell you."
well, you do a great job, and congratulations on what you do. And in being elected to serve this position, you had big shoes to fill,
Thank you.
and you're doing a wonderful job.
Great job. All right.
Thank
We're
you.
proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank
take
you,
care.
Allie.
You got my other doggy up there now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
She's in the
Lulu came
house.
through. I
Very
call her
good.
Lulu.
Lulu.
I love Lulu. She's precious.
That's Allison Thompson. She's directing. She's a cheap cook and bottle washer over there. And believe me, it comes down to having to just about do the clean up and everything else. when you're in
Seeing her
charge.
grow up and now in this position,
It's just
the last
amazing,
couple
isn't
of
it?
years, and her standing at the door when you come into the
Yeah.
event and just so in charge. She's just fabulous.
Yeah, she
You
took that bull by the horn and ran with it.
What was that? Oh, it must have been your chair. I thought, what have I done now?
Well,
Wait, that's-
No, it's something else.
What is that noise?
Is your radio on?
No,
You don't know where your radio is, do you?
it sounds like something being dragged across the floor or something.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know. Well, it'll happen again. We'll figure it out. But anyway, thank you, Allie.
It's the ocean.
What?
down and be quiet.
Stop.
I just created paranoia.
I've been so paranoid this summer about even walking in the backyard.
Well, those two copperheads I got back here.
Stop. My neighbor had one. He said he was heading to my yard. I said, that's enough with me. I go out in the backyard on 4 wheels. That's the only way I go out to mow. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, it is baby copperhead season.
Oh,
Yeah,
stop.
and
Yeah.
their bite is not good either.
Well, it's not as bad as the
Not
adults.
as bad as. It's not. Doesn't mean it's good.
No, but
Not as bad.
one of the things that I teach with my snake class is that copperhead and cottonmouth venom is actually medically insignificant.
Uh-huh.
That you need to still get treatment because of swelling and possible tissue damage, but it's not as bad as people think.
And then those little baby copperheads grow up to be what?
Well, they're adult copperhead,
Yeah,
but
and they have
Charlie.
bad stuff dealing with. Carol Town is joining us here. We'll go. Let's
Charlie's been trying to call.
take a real quick call here before we get started here. Hey, Charlie, where have you been hiding?
I was in the hospital.
I was wondering about you. I was concerned about you. What's going on?
I can hear you.
Yeah, my heart
Crazy.
said, "Hey, listen, we're gonna go south.
Uh huh.
Are you gonna follow us?" And I'm like, "Oh, no. And my heart was like, well, all right, we're going to go south. So you got to go with us. And I'm like, okay. And I was like thrown to the hospital.
Well, I'm glad you got into the hospital. I'm glad you're out of the hospital.
Yes.
I'm assuming you're on the mend. What, well, if you want to violate, well, you can't violate your own HIPAA rules. If you want to tell me what was going on, that's fine in general. I mean, I've given up HIPAA rights for me. I just tell everybody.
So were you honestly like thinking about me?
Yes, absolutely.
We were, and then you popped up this morning. I was like, Charlie's back. Where have you been?
Yeah.
And then he said he had a little heart issue.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no.
It's pretty bad, man. I'm having a hard time breathing. It was, I was in the hospital like 6 weeks ago. I had to go to like the hospital, and they did all this blood work, and they're like, hey, you need to stay and keep on going to the hospital. I'm like, no, I'm really strong. I don't need to go to the hospital. I left. And like a week or two later, I'm like, uh-oh, I can't breathe. I'm like making my bed. I'm like out of breath. So I went to the hospital, and like, you need to go to the heart. You need to go to the heart room. I'm like, heart room? I'm too young for the heart room. What's going on? I'm Charlie.
So
I've got lots of energy. I'm not like what she would be. So like, yeah, you got to go to the heart floor. I'm like, heart floor?
So how many arteries are clogged up?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think they liked me in the heart floor because I was the only person that was like normal, and I was like making them laugh, and I'm like, I don't want to be here. And so I was there like 11 days.
Wow.
And I don't know. There's like a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to beat it. There's, it's funny because I can exercise.
Yeah.
I currently don't have a car. So I was riding my bicycle. Like, I rode like 5 miles today. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not out of breath. I'm perfect. But sometimes when I talk, I'm out of breath. So they got me on these medications. And I'm like, doc, listen, I know my body. I don't think I should be on all these medications. Because my blood pressure at one point went down to 50.
Yeah, mine was 57 over 30 the morning I collapsed.
Charlie.
Well, I don't want to collapsing. I don't have time to collapse.
I didn't either.
What happened to you?
Well, I had ended up with a quadruple bypass.
Oh, no. So here's the deal. So when I was in the hospital, at one point they said, listen, we need to transfer you to the, what's that called? The IC, what's that called when you need
Cardiac,
what's the
cardiac intensive care unit type thing?
Yeah, intensive care. Yeah, they're like intensive care. But at one point, I had this thing called EJ. I forgot what it's called. So there's only like 15% of my heart left.
Ejection fraction.
And I forgot what it's called. But anyway, I got super depressed. Like, I'm ready to die. I really don't care. And one of the nurses said, yeah, with medication, you might be able to beat this. I'm like, well, wait a minute. My heart's at 20%. I'm not going to go there. I'm too young. I'm not going to go the rest of my life thinking about some sort of thing in my heart. And I got super depressed. And then the cardiologist came by the next day like, no. Yeah, your heart can go back to normal. I'm like, well, wait a minute. They told me yesterday it couldn't go back to normal. Then I got super happy. And then like 2 days before, you need to go into, what's it called again? What'd you say? The emergency room? What's it called?
Cardiac intensive care unit, basically.
Yeah, intensive care. I'm like, intensive care? I'm not going to go to intensive care. All the people on this floor are dying. I'm too young. I'm like walking around the floor and like looking at all the people in the room. They're like skeletons. And so so things like worked out, and I got out of the hospital. Listen, I'm not ready to die.
No.
And
well, you definitely are not ready, so you're just going to be on the mend here. You just got to do what the doctors tell you. Now, if you get hard-headed, we got another guest here. So but I'm going to tell you, if you get hard-headed, Charlie, if you get hard-headed, it's going to grab you.
My brother-in-law had kept denying that he had heart issues. He canceled one appointment with the cardiologist. 2 weeks before he was supposed to see the cardiologist again, he dropped dead.
Yeah.
Because of a massive heart attack.
Yeah.
So it can happen that quick.
I'm hard-headed, but I was not quite that hard-headed because when I went down, I said, I got to do something here. Only thing I was hard-headed about, I didn't want to fly in a helicopter to get there. But anyway, anyway.
I'm going to say one last thing, because I know you want to get to your guest. To everybody listening to this and to all of you guys, the doctors that prescribe medicine to you, be very, 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 very times up very cautious. Now, we all learned that Dr. Fauci, the number one doctor in the world, we saw him a couple weeks ago. He took the Fifth Amendment, I think, 115 times. We also found out, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, that during his discovery of COVID, that women that have pregnancies, they should not get the COVID exam or the shot. But he never said that. So here's what I learned. While I was in the hospital, I had a cardiologist. The first cardiologist that I had, she walked into the room. She had like 3-inch green fingernails. Immediately, I said something to myself, and I said, you know what? This person probably has an alternative lifestyle, and I didn't trust this person. And I listened to this doctor talking to me. I asked this doctor lots of questions. At one point, she goes, you know what? You ask a lot of questions. And she said it like in a rude way. I'm like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable with this cardiologist. And I said, I want to get another one. Here's my point. During my stay at the hospital, one of the doctors said to me, listen, we don't want you to take this medication any longer. 8 or 9 hours later, the nurse wanted to give me that medication. I'm like, I'm sorry, but didn't the cardiologist say, don't put that drug into my body? They went and looked at my chart and like, you know what, you're right. The next day, another nurse wanted to give me another shot. I'm like, wait a minute. I think that the doctor said, don't give me that shot. I'm like, you know what, you're right. Here's what I'm going to tell you and in your audience. If you're sick and you're in the hospital and you might die, the people administering all these drugs to you, be very, very, very careful. Lots of mistakes are being made. Here's my point. My blood pressure was super low. I went to the cardiologist 4 days ago. I'm like, listen, doc, I'm dizzy all the time. And you know what? We're going to reduce your medication. They reduced it 3 days ago. My blood pressure is back to normal. I'm an idiot. I'm not a scientist. The fact that they listened to me and they reduced my medication, it's kind of better for me.
Yep.
Here's my point. Just because they've got a fancy degree, just because they went to medical school for 12 years, just because they understand the drugs that they're giving you, if you don't research the medication that they're giving you, you're a fool. You're stupid. Hopefully you have loved ones that are going to research every medication given to you.
Yeah, that's always a good plan.
All right. So listen, maybe I'll call back another time.
Glad you're still with us.
Glad you are, Charlie. It's good to hear from you.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You guys have a good show.
Bye. Bye.
All right.
I don't think green fingernails in Los Angeles is a sign of anything except
No.
passing
No.
No,
It's
but you do have to be an advocate for yourself
Oh, absolutely.
and for your family because
Absolutely.
believe it or
I
not,
have a
I'm sure
mosquito in
I'm
here.
sure you're going to find this really shocking, but I have argued with doctors many times.
No. Well, I'm going to call you if I ever have to go in for anything. She's going to be my proxy.
Yeah, I'll be your advocate.
You don't think
Yes.
I argue with a doctor?
Oh, well, there's no doubt in my mind because I remember the morning you argued with the EMS workers in the other studio. Kelly and I were sitting there going like, shut the door. Shut the door.
Well, until my wife got there, I wouldn't give up my gun. That's the first thing. You know, who am I going to give it to?
Yeah.
Her?
They were on the air.
We were on the air.
I'd already been dragged out of there.
Twice he went out on us on the air. We're like,
Yeah, that's not good.
somebody get Rafer out the door. Drag him out into the other room.
The EMS guys, 57 over 30. They said we got to
Yeah.
go. We got to
Yes,
go. And I
yes.
said, well, let's go. Which hospital would you like to go to?
The closest one.
I said I can see one of them from here.
Yes.
Why don't we take that one?
You were at the back door of that hospital when this occurred. Yes.
Yeah, and nothing else to get you stable, and then transfer you
Yeah,
to
They wish they
triage it.
did.
Yes.
another hospital.
And then
So,
but they wanted me to fly, and I
But
did
you
not
know
want
what?
to fly.
But that helicopter is so equipped with everything they need.
yes.
Except crash
Except
prevention.
For,
Well,
You could do that in an EMS
yeah.
wagon.
See, the whole point there is, we'll get on to the good stuff here now, but the point there is the helicopter that I flew on before that was, I swore, would be the last one, because that was on a Saturday. And on a Monday morning, the pilot and that chopper crashed and burned, and he was killed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
said,
you're-
that's enough.
You're making this easy for the rest of us, Rayford.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so much for that. So you
Anyway.
understand my little bit of a phobia with that?
I understand completely, and
Okay.
I would honestly feel the same
That
way.
was
But
the
moving
third
on,
helicopter that I used to fly that crashed.
we have Carroll Town in the
We
studio.
do.
I'm
And
not
she-
talking about
and
helicopters.
we're not going to crash here.
We're not going to crash.
I've got parachutes. But anyway, Carol, she, master gardener. Well, let's put it, that's second. Ham radio operator, that's first. Master gardener is second. And
She's lay of many trades.
yeah, and she's up, and she puts up with the president.
Yes.
She has-
I kind of don't have a choice.
Yeah. Yeah, but the
Can we
president-
tell?
It's a good thing we like each other.
The
Right.
president, in this case, her husband is the president of the Onslow Amateur Radio Club, and she's the secretary.
Right?
Yes.
So there we go. Now, but you're also a bug lady, apparently, because you like caterpillars.
She's a bug lady, snake lady, plant lady.
Creepy
I'm
crawlers.
kind of a Renaissance woman.
Guess what I got? I got a new rat today. And I'm like, what? I have a new snake today.
Yeah.
What?
Now I have my pet snake, my
Yes.
show and tell snake.
Yes.
So, no, it's not with me.
I
did
forgot
not-
to
I did
check
not
him when
bring
he came
him.
in the door.
She said this morning when we were chatting earlier.
I heard her.
about,
I might bring in some
I could
caterpillars.
bring some caterpillars on a plant, but it'd be hard to see them. Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you come out, the Extension Master Gardeners are putting on a presentation. We are hosting Carol Peoples. She is the co-founder of the Native Plant Society. She's also another Extension Master Gardener.
Nice.
She is going to be talking on next Wednesday, August 19th from 6 to 7 p.m. We're going to be out at Hines Farm.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to be in the old new building, but it's not ready yet.
Sooner or later.
Sooner or later. But she's going to talk about the relationship between native plants and the pollinators.
Okay.
And I think we've had 60 or 61 people sign up already.
Nice.
There's still a few slots left.
Okay.
It was going to be the first 50 people that signed up and attended would get a free plant.
Okay.
But we have extra plants, so we
Oh,
think
good.
it's going to be pretty much everybody who shows up will probably get a free native plant.
Oh, now native plant. What kind of native? A rough ballpark, or what kind of
What are
native
they gonna be
plants are we talking
Oh,
about?
we're going to have some. I didn't bring my notes from yesterday. We're going to have some ferns, some different flowering plants,
Nice.
bushes, things like that that people can put into their gardens
Mm-hmm.
that will help attract the pollinators. But they're also native, so you're not going to compete with any of our other native plants,
Mhm.
like some of the ones that the contractors love to put in the ground that we love to rip out.
I ripped out some. I've got some more I'm going to rip out.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah.
roots, hooking my Jeep to them.
So this will help you know what plants you can actually put in that will help the environment, help attract pollinators.
Mhm.
And anybody who's a gardener especially is going to want to have some of these plants close to their garden because you need pollinators for your garden.
Let's talk about how important that part of the life is. You plant, sprouts, blossoms, but then it takes a little help from Mother Nature, but Mother Nature being pollinators, as in bees and birds and other things, right?
Yes.
To move the good stuff from one plant to another. The males and the female stuff have got to get together.
Right.
And that's what those,
That's what the pollinators do.
so that's what the whole purpose is. Now, a lot of those things are what some people have killed all their lives
Right.
because they're bugs.
Yes.
They're creepy, crawly critters.
Well, and people think of pollinators, they think of honeybees. That's the only thing they think of. Honeybees are very important. Believe it or not, they are not native to North America. They came over from Asia, but they're an extremely important part of the environment now as the pollinators. And if you see on my shirt, everything here is a pollinator.
Oh.
Butterflies.
So you have butterflies, moths, wasps, small bees, hummingbirds.
Oh, yeah.
In some areas, bats are pollinators.
Really?
Yeah. But people kill a lot of things not knowing what they are. They see them on their plant and they go, there's a bug on my plant.
Mm-hmm.
And they immediately want to kill it. Sometimes they want to kill it by putting pesticides on it. Well, now you're killing what you think is the bad bugs, but you're also going to be killing the good bugs that are going to be coming along.
Mm.
So you need to be really, really careful about how you take care of pests.
That is a problem. I want my tomatoes, I want my squash, I want my cucumbers, and we have things that will just go in there and devour them or render them inedible.
Yes.
Yep.
And we want to get rid of those. But sometimes to identify the enemy is a problem.
Yeah. Well,
And then to eradicate just that enemy.
Well, there's things you can do. You can, of course, you can Google. Sometimes that's good information. Sometimes it's not as good as it could be.
I could get 23 stories.
Better thing to do is go on the NC State Extension website. There is a something that you could watch that's called Pests, Paths, and Pathogens.
Mhm.
That will talk to you about pest insects, diseases of plants, and how to take care of it. And a lot of times how to take care of it without using a lot of pesticides, using a lot of things that are going to change the environment and kill off the good bugs, because that's really important. If you're going to spray your plants to kill off bad bugs, spray them at night, because then the bees and stuff aren't active.
Oh, really?
If you spray them during the day, you're going to spray the bees, you're going to spray the pollinators. So
Well,
you want to spray them at night.
And if it's sprayed at night, isn't it still going to be on there when the bees come out the next morning?
It depends on what you spray.
Okay.
You know, if you
So
use
that's what we need to know.
yeah, if you use like an insecticidal soap, there's a bacteria called BT, and don't ask me to pronounce it because
You just
just
did,
know it's BT.
Good enough.
It is a bacteria that attacks some of the pests. It doesn't affect the plant. It helps with some of the diseases. So there's natural things. If you have pests on your plants, you can send off and you can get ladybugs and praying mantis. And those are natural killers.
Okay.
You see hornworms on your tomatoes.
Yes.
Sometimes you'll see hornworms with little white things on their back. It looks like those are parasitic wasps. You actually want to
Really?
leave those. You want to leave those hornworms because those parasitic wasps will kill it. They will hatch out and then they will attack other hornworms. So they're actually good to have. Nature has a way of balancing things that we sometimes interfere with.
We interfere with a lot of that. I realize that. But I want my tomatoes.
Yes.
Well, I have a bug this year that I've never seen before on my tomatoes that keeps pecking away at them. I used to call them stink bugs. That's what they kind of look like, you know, when they eat. You
Yes,
don't squeeze them
I
because
know
they
what
smell
you're talking
horrible.
Yeah.
But it seemed to be all over my plants this year.
I've
Never seen those
I've seen them
before.
crawling on the tomatoes.
Yes.
And they were literally almost like a hive of
That
them.
little pointed, you know,
What are they?
Those could be either leaf-footed bugs. They could be squash beetles or squash bugs. You can use insecticidal soap. You can use.
So they are not good.
No, they're not good. You can use insecticidal soap. You can just use a light spray of water to spray them off. You can actually use a sticky roller. That sounds weird. And roll and pick up the.
Yeah, okay. I'll use the okay.
But there's ways of getting rid of the bugs
Can
without.
we then stomp them?
Well, yeah, or put it, knock them off and knock them into a bucket or a cup or something with water with a little bit of Dawn dishwashing liquid on top.
Right.
That way they can't crawl out and that kills them. So that's an easy way of doing it. Hornworms, if you don't use insecticides, hornworms you can pick off, and chickens love them. So if you know somebody with chickens, well, I've got neighbors with chickens, so if I find some, I'm going to give them to them. If you know anybody with bearded dragons, they love the hornworms. So there's ways of taking care of those.
Yeah, this is what is that what you, that's like what mine looks like?
Pretty much.
Yes, I'll show it to Carol. Oh, well, sign up for here, there. Yeah, that's what they look like. That's what I'm getting on my tomato plants.
Say it is.
I think they said it was squash bugs.
Yeah, squash
But I
bugs.
don't have any squash.
Well, but
now they're eating the tomatoes.
yeah. So and
You
you
should
can,
plenty of squash.
and if you find the
I have
eggs,
squash,
if you find
yes.
the eggs like that,
Eggs.
well, you can see how they're laying eggs. If you see that, just pick off that leaf, put it in a cup with water and Dawn dishwashing liquid. It'll kill the eggs, and that way they won't hatch out. So, but if you want to learn more about pollinators, one is to come to this presentation, August 19th. You need to sign up ahead of time. You can go to the NC State Cooperative Extension website, and there is a QR code. There's a link for Eventbrite. That's how you sign up for this. But the other way is to join us on Saturday, August 22nd from 8 a.m. till noon. And we are participating in the Great Southeast Pollinator Census.
Okay, that's a week from tomorrow.
It's a week from tomorrow.
You did that last year, you and Robbie.
Yeah. And it only takes 15 minutes to do the count. You can stand in front of one plant, see how many times the pollinators go from one flower to another flower. You can count every time they take off from one flower and land on another flower, you count them. So it doesn't take a lot of time. There's also going to be educational areas set up. The Onslow County beekeepers are going to be at the farmers market to show you the bees and talk to you about those for the pollinators. I'm going to have my butterfly house that has the black swallowtail caterpillars that hopefully one will have formed a chrysalis by then, because it's just about at the size where it's going to do that. People can see what the black swallowtail caterpillars look like, because when they first hatch out, people look at them and you don't recognize them at all, because they actually look like bird poop, and they want to look that way so that way predators don't go after them.
Really?
Yeah. So they're really good at camouflaging when they're small. Mm-hmm. They get bigger. They're green, black, and yellow, similar to a monarch. So they're trying to mimic so that predators don't eat them, thinking that they're going to be poisonous. And then they go into the chrysalis form. Some people say cocoon moths, cocoon butterflies go into a chrysalis. And then when they emerge, you have this beautiful black swallowtail butterfly. And for some reason this year, they have decided that my plants are the butterfly nursery, because almost every day the butterflies are laying eggs. So
I've not seen hardly any butterflies.
I see them. I saw them earlier. I haven't seen any, I don't think, in the last few weeks.
I got the
But
butterfly
they were
houses.
zipping from, especially when I had a lot of plants that were in bloom.
yeah.
They were everywhere.
Expect probably in the next couple of weeks, you'll probably see an increase in the butterflies. But
a little cool weather too.
Yeah. But the butterflies, the pollinator census, if you can't make it out on Saturday, you can do this at home also on Friday or on Saturday. Okay. Again, you can go to the NC State website. look up for the pollinator census, you can download the count sheet.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and this year we're doing something a little bit different. After you download your information, and we're going to have your email, we're going to have a raffle. So we're going to pick out emails randomly and give away some gifts.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I'd like another boat.
No,
I like this.
Not gonna happen. Okay.
not going to happen. It'll be butterfly related or pollinator related, garden related.
Right.
So, but the pollinators, people don't realize the amount of plants that if we didn't have pollinators, we wouldn't have food. They are
True.
extremely important. Farmers
Absolutely.
will actually pay to have a beekeeper bring their hives
Really?
to their fields.
I've seen those hives in the middle of a field.
Yes.
Right
Yeah.
in the middle of I said, what is that? Why is it get out? Well, now I know.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. They actually pay to have those pollinators
Who
brought
gets
out.
the honey out of that?
The beekeeper.
I like honey.
Well, come to the farmers market
I
because
don't
you
like
have.
bees. I can't deal with bees.
Well, the local beekeepers
Yeah.
association, they sell the honey that comes from their
we
hives,
bought some.
and it is really good. And you buy the local honey, you take that every day, and that helps with allergies
That's
too.
what Robbie makes her tea with.
Yes.
Is local honey all the time.
Yeah, so this is an important thing. We need to know how our pollinators are doing,
Okay.
and so this is a way of us keeping a good count. You know, like the government does a census every 10 years. Well, we do a pollinator census every year. And this is something that was started by Georgia State
Really?
University, and it has spread throughout the Southeast.
Ladybugs, June bugs, whatever you want to call them. I've heard them called a bunch of different things, the little things that are just as cute as they can be.
Yes.
Orange and black and whatever, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything harmful about having those?
About having ladybugs?
Yeah.
No. The native ladybugs, there is not. There is the Asian beetle that looks similar.
Uh-oh.
So those you want to look out for
Well,
because they will actually eat wood and they bite.
really?
Yes.
You did.
And you will see them coming into your house.
They will
Yes.
die. The ladybugs, there's one place, a garden store near Swansboro. It had a big old sign up there advertising them.
Yes.
You can buy them.
Yes. Yeah. Ladybugs eat aphids.
And I've seen
They
them
eat what?
Aphids
on tomatoes.
on any plant. They love
Yeah,
aphids.
I want my next growing season, which I might do it now with the greenhouse and everything. I'm likely going to buy because you can buy them online.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can order 1,000 ladybugs.
Yeah, you probably, I don't know if you'll get the adults or you get the larva, but you need to research what the larvae look like because people will see them and go, oh, that's a weird bug, and they'll kill it, not realizing that it's a ladybug larva because they're black with a little yellow band in the center.
Oh,
And
Well, if I order it, I'll know what it is.
Yeah. and they look similar to like the firefly larva too. I mean, there's
I don't know
there's
what
a lot.
those look like, but
So, see, and speaking of fireflies,
I've seen some fireflies this year.
people don't see fireflies because
Like
they
they
want
used
to
to.
have pristine lawns. And so they pick up all the leaves
Mhm.
and have none. Fireflies spend their entire life cycle in the leaves.
Yeah,
So
we,
if you don't have leaves, you're not going to have fireflies.
A lot of our stuff back there is natural back there in the jungle.
Yeah.
We call it the jungle.
In
Yeah,
the
yeah, we have that
We'll,
too.
we'll just leave it back there, and
Yeah.
I don't care. It's fine with me. The lawn, Robbie wants all the stuff sucked up, the grass sucked up and disposed of. The old grass. That's the only place that happens is in the backyard, a small part of the backyard, because the rest of the yard is all that stuff is spread around and stays there.
Yeah. Yeah. We have an area that we call our wooded area.
Mhm.
And I have threatened Dale to within an inch of his life if he goes back there and mows up the leaves.
Oh, ooh, okay.
But we've had We had actually more fireflies this year than we've had in the last few years. But you need them, and you'll see them a lot right after a rain too.
Right.
This is not the time of year you're going to see them. You're going to see them in the spring. But leave the leaves.
They will just become fertilizer.
Plus, if you think about it too, some of the pollinators live in the leaves.
Okay.
There's a lot of ground bees. You'll see little holes in your yard. Those are ground bees. They're not honeybees. They're not hornets. They're not aggressive. So you want to see those.
Yellow jackets.
Sometimes you'll see yellow jackets in there, but usually it's just ground bees. It's not yellow jackets.
I jumped down on one of those from a tree when I was a kid. I had 8 of them on me. I've been allergic ever since.
Yeah.
Wrapped to be on.
And speaking of hornets, there is a new invasive species called the yellow-legged hornet that you need to go online, look it up, or go on the NC State website.
You got to get close to those things to know that it's a yellow leg, right?
Well, it's pretty obvious.
Okay.
You need to report those to the NC State.
May I kill it first?
You can kill them.
Okay.
And then there's also the spotted lanternfly that has started to come into this area.
Okay.
Their favorite tree is the tree of heaven, which some people are planting. It is extremely aggressive as far as destroying some of the plants. So if you need to go back to the NC State website, see what the spotted lanternfly looks like. If you see them, report them, but also go ahead and kill them.
Gotcha. Let's talk. I want to go back and revisit caterpillars.
Yeah.
Caterpillars are ugly. They build nests in trees that are big, invasive looking things that used to be. What do we do with those things in the trees? We torch them.
Yeah. Those are a different type of caterpillar. They've
got different kinds.
Oh, you got many different kinds depending on what type of butterfly or moth you have. The tomato hornworms turn into the beautiful hawk moths. So, and
if you let them live that long.
Well, if you let them live, you can let a few of them. It's kind of like having a rat snake in your chicken coop. Every so often, you let it have an egg because it's taking care of the mice and the rats. So it's a trade-off.
Okay. Well, now. All right. So these things that are up in the tree with these big looking woven nest looking things.
Those are tent caterpillars.
And are they good, bad, or indifferent?
They're indifferent. People see them and think that they're going to destroy the tree, and they're not.
Okay. So I don't have to worry about saving the tree.
No. They're not going to eat that much. They're not going to destroy the tree. If you can reach it with a stick, sometimes if you open up that tent, that webbing, the birds would thank you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because then they can go in and start eating some of these caterpillars. You have bagworms, which when I was a kid, my parents would pay us to pull the bagworms off the evergreen trees, put them in a paper bag, and we would burn it. Those are a little more destructive.
We used to wrap on a stick with some cloth around it, tie it up with wire, dip it in kerosene or gasoline, light that sucker and hold it up there and watch them burn.
Yeah. But the tent caterpillars aren't as bad as people think.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that they look ugly. They look like they're going to be destructive, but they're really not.
They become pretty butterflies.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and people this time of year are going to start seeing the black swallowtail caterpillars. They feed off of carrot tops, dill, parsley, and fennel. Those are their favorites. And they'll come out and they'll see their parsley all eaten down and they're wanting to spray it. It's like, don't. I tell people, plant some parsley for yourself, plant some for the caterpillars. If you see caterpillars on the parsley you want to keep, just gently pluck them off, put them on the other plant. And you'll have.
Hold on, I'll move you over here.
Yes, I do that a lot with many species.
Okay.
Spiders, snakes, caterpillars, turtles.
Turtles I'm good with. I like turtles.
I break for turtles if it's safe.
Oh, I
Move
understand
them
that.
off the road.
I've moved a lot of them.
I do that for snakes if I can too. I'll move them off the
I
road.
don't.
I'd be like, hello, Carol.
No. So anyway. All right, Carol, we
So-
appreciate it. So,
Well, she has one more event. Did you do the?
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, okay, all right. I'll make
Yeah.
sure we got them both in there. I'll put all the
I got
information on
the native plants and
sites.
pollinators presentation.
Okay.
Carol, some people, I guess she was on Channel 12 News too, talking about that dune restoration
Oh, yes.
because, the contractors didn't do their due diligence. And I'm glad that Emerald Isle has increased the fine because those
Yes.
dunes are extremely important to
Yes,
the
they are.
environment.
well, if you don't believe it, just go to the north end of North Thompson Beach and
Yeah,
see
wait for
where-
a storm to come up.
I know the guy that actually got some. Over there's a whole roll of 16 millimeter motion picture film. I got him back in the 80s on a bulldozer pulling down the frontal dunes before
Oh.
any homes were built there. And then that way he was able to develop the property where the dunes used to be, and the dunes he pushed out towards the ocean. And of course, they just wash away now
Yeah.
with every storm that comes by.
Right.
I've got the video of him doing that. He was cited time and again and again and again and again and again and again. And the Corps of Engineers said, we can't put him in prison. They won't let us.
Oh,
Or he would have been.
yeah.
And he said, what he told me that day, he said, it's the cost of doing business.
Oh, no.
That's obnoxious.
Yeah, I'm glad some of the things have changed. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes the
It's too
environmentalists
late on
have
some of
gotten crazy, and the spotted owl, that's where I think they've gone too far the other way.
That got a little bit. But that got a little bit like,
Yeah,
you have one owl and 5,000 acres out here, so we can't even drive through it.
right.
I have several fake owls in my backyard, which has helped a lot with the blueberry bush.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why they're having so many problems with wildfires, is because the environmentalists won't let them do what they need to do. But yeah, come out and listen to Harold Peoples talk about the native plants and pollinators, how they work together, and what plants you can actually put in instead of the invasive ones that, like I said, the contractors like because they're cheap. And come out and help us with the pollinator census.
I like the pollinators. I've paid a lot of attention back here this year, and it's worked. I've gotten more stuff lately.
Yeah, and if you come out to the Discovery Gardens, I couldn't believe the amount of pollinators we're seeing this year.
Mhm.
It has just exploded, and we are just so excited about it that we're seeing that many pollinators.
And for you guys next year, when they have a plant sale, if you can get there in time to get a Cherokee purple tomato plant, if whoever has them, if they have any next year.
Yes.
We had one, and that is the ugliest tomato in the world, but the sweetest, tastiest, bestest tomato you've ever had on a hamburger. Absolutely, it's ugly. It's kind of like an oyster shell. It is ugly, but it is delicious.
Yeah. So yeah, we're looking forward to our plant sale next year.
I'm already
Yes.
counting on that one. So anyway,
Well, we swept it this year between Robbie and you and me. We had wagons.
Yeah.
I had to make 2 trips.
We had very few plants left over this year,
Yes, it was
and
great.
which is wonderful. I mean,
yep, I'm going to see what I can do on my greenhouse this year. This will be my first misadventure.
yeah.
Have you got
perhaps,
anything
so
in
we'll
it
see.
yet?
Yeah, well, it would be fried if I did. You know how hot that thing is right now?
You got to have a fan right now.
Well, it's got a fan, but it's not enough fan to blow
You have to
that
have a
thing, keep that
fan
thing
just to
cool.
walk outside.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just too hot right
Yeah,
now.
I'll have to
And the
order blocks of
mosquitoes?
ice.
Oh, that's one thing we'll probably have at the pollinator
Mosquitoes?
census.
Bat.
No, is the mosquito dunk bucket.
Okay.
That is a natural way of taking care of mosquitoes. You get a 5-gallon bucket. You can get those from Lowe's,
Right.
Home
I have
Depot,
plenty.
Harbor
Okay.
Freight, anything like that.
Okay.
You want to put some leaves,
Leaves.
grass clippings, stuff like that,
Clippings.
straw.
Bait.
All right.
Put water just enough to cover.
Water to cover. Okay.
Let that sit and ferment a little bit.
Ferment.
It's going to smell,
Right.
so you don't want it
It'll
right
stink.
by the house.
Right.
And then you get the mosquito dunks. They're just round little, look like little donuts. They're the same BT that I talked about before.
Right.
You put those into the bucket. Mosquitoes come, lay their eggs in that bucket. The BT doesn't allow them to mature. It kills off the larva.
Okay.
And so you don't have,
Put them all around my yard.
but put some wire or something over the top of it just
Right.
to keep other critters out.
Like dogs.
Yeah, dogs, cats, raccoons, possums, things
Right.
like that. You don't want stuff like that falling in
okay,
and,
yeah.
and drowning. So this is a natural way of taking care of the mosquitoes. The dunks are
Dunks.
non-toxic. I used to put them in my horse's water trough,
Really?
and it does not affect.
Wow.
It's not toxic to wildlife or anything. So you're not worried about
So
poisoning the environment.
that's what you make your tea out of for N5VX, right?
No.
For your husband. She uses that to make his tea.
No.
I'm glad you said that because I have had a terrible time with
Yeah.
mosquitoes this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Use
yeah.
that, and it will help take care of your mosquito problem.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Carol, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on again.
We appreciate having you in here. It's,
Yes. Always learn something new.
there are people out there who listen, and
Yeah.
I will have comments if they have already posted.
Yeah.
I will
And,
hear comments.
I'm gonna say a quick hello to Miss Elsie Honeycutt because I
Oh,
know
yeah.
that
Yes.
she's listening. And
Miss Elsie, yes, she's listening. She's
she's
watching.
one of our ladies that is
Yes.
a
Every morning.
dedicated listener.
yes, and she goes to Brookwood also, so I
Yes.
see her. I'll see her on Sunday.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right, let's see. They're not Friday night, so there's nothing that. But I'll see you one night on the net.
Next to the road.
Okay.
Come out the back of the truck.
Thank you.
Right.
Carrolltown.
Tom had posted something. Pick up the bucket next to the road that came out of the back of the truck. What? Tom, what are you talking about? He's a bee man. He raises
What
bees.
bucket out of what truck?
I don't know.
Whose road? I don't have any buckets out there.
I don't know, Tom. Explain yourself.
Yeah, speaking of bees, Randy Scott
Yeah.
has had problems with a bear in his
I
neighborhood
know.
that took out.
There's got to be some honey out there somewhere.
Yeah, well, one of his neighbors is a beekeeper.
See,
And-
y'all got me so paranoid. I can't
And-
even go out in the yard anymore.
Yeah, and
Bears you can see.
Knee boots,
yeah.
a mesh hat.
And now he's got an electric fence around the hives to keep the bear out. But
Some of the bears I've seen probably wouldn't pay any attention to that electric fence.
Well, I barely go out anymore, so
You go out bear now?
I barely go out. This summer has been sad for me because with the heat, the continued heat, the length of it, and it's kept me from doing so much that
Yeah.
I wanted to do.
yeah, it's been bad.
It has
It's
been bad.
really bad.
All
Okay,
right, Carol, be safe.
all right. Well, thank you very much.
Well,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
We'll be talking to you later and
Soon.
learn some new things today. I'm going to go get some mosquito dunks.
Okay,
Don't
Thank you.
skeeters.
thank you.
Yes.
You're going to go dunking skeeter time?
I'm going to tell you, it was so bad. Well, last week when I was out in the yard doing some other stuff, I found stuff that had water in it.
Yeah, I found
Yeah,
one
from
yesterday. Day
the
before
big rain that
yesterday.
we did get a couple of weeks ago. So I emptied everything out. But I mean, so bad in my backyard that they come into my garage. If I'm out in the garage working,
yeah.
I'm getting bit
I
up by
think
mosquitoes.
there's one in here that's been buzzing me all morning long. I'm just trying to reach him. I'm going to kill him.
Only the female ones.
Oh, it's only them little bees.
Only the females bite.
The bees. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know. And
Well-
female mosquitoes bite.
just the female mosquitoes bite.
I can tell you, I mean,
Critter.
all I have to do is walk out into the backyard after 4 p.m. and I'm covered. If you go out there early morning, they'll get you too. They're hard.
All right.
Bye, Carol.
Let's do a little bit of weather because we need to also.
We didn't do weather. We didn't introduce ourselves. We didn't do, but you know what? Hey, it's been a good morning.
It has been.
They know who we are.
I don't know who we are anyway. Taking a look at today's marine forecast. But of course, sailors and airmen, soldiers, coasties, and members of the Space Force
Right.
can also use it. Our approaching front, too bad it's not a cold front with some ice particles inside, but we will see an increase in the chance of rain and thunderstorms. Winds will be switching around tonight into Saturday morning to the northeast. Southerly winds will return later during the weekend. Today, out to 60 nautical miles. Southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots east, 2 to 3 feet. Saturday, westerly winds 15 to 20, diminishing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas around 3 feet. A chance of showers, a chance of thunderstorms, mainly in the morning. And on Sunday, easterly winds around 10 knots, becoming southeasterly in the afternoon. Seas 2 to 3 feet ahead, and a chance of showers.
Today we have a chance of showers and thunderstorms late this afternoon. Mostly sunny with a high near 95 and heat index values as high as 109. Tonight a chance of early evening showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy with a low around 77. Saturday a slight chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Increasing clouds with a high near 94. Saturday night a chance of showers and thunderstorms. The threat's increasing, mostly cloudy with a low around 74. And Sunday, a slight chance of showers, then a chance of showers and thunderstorms later in the day, partly sunny with a high near 91. And I will tell you, Monday right now is looking at a high of 98. Satan's weather.
I'll tell you what, the temperature has jumped here. It's 8:30. The temperature has jumped here about 4 degrees
Right.
in the last 40 minutes. 82 degrees out here right now. In the Woodlands this morning, it was 77 degrees. That's where Lee was reporting from.
Ridiculous.
87% humidity, 29.98 inches of mercury. No wind, no rain. In the borough, Joe called in 79 degrees, 93% humidity, 29.98 inches of mercury. Same situation it was with Lee. Richard over in Jones County in the Maysville area. He had 75 degrees, 96% humidity, 30.01 inches of mercury. His visibility was 8.7 miles, south-southeasterly wind, and light, very light. In Cedar Point, Ward, 81 degrees, 90% humidity, 30.06 inches of mercury, southwesterly wind, and it was light, very just a breeze. Randy in Southwest, 75 degrees, 99% humidity, 29.99 inches of mercury. It was clear, calm, and no rain. Carol, she got up this morning, reported from Riverbend. That was Carol who just left. 76 degrees, 97% humidity, 29.93 inches of mercury, and no wind over there either. I mean, it's just no wind. There's nothing out there been blowing this morning. All the way up there in Virginia, Crew, Virginia, Michael called in, said 73 degrees, 97% humidity, 30.00 inches of mercury. It was clear there. It had a light northeasterly wind. Here in the studio in the country club area, like I said, it was 83 degrees, 93% humidity, 29.99 inches of mercury, and you know what? There's not a sign of any breath of fresh air blowing whatsoever, and of course, there's no water falling from the sky. Will in Acorn Forest, he reported 77 degrees, 94% humidity, 29.99 inches of mercury, southwesterly breeze, and it was very light. Bill in Catherine's Lake, hadn't heard from Bill in a while. He called in, said it was 89 degrees, and in Catherine's Lake, the lake is still there. Sometimes the water is a little higher than it is other times. Right now, it's a little bit lower than it is sometimes, but it's still got water in it. And that's a look at the weather.
Hey, okay,
go ahead.
I like an update that the National Hurricane Center has on their page now.
Yeah.
They've got a place now where it shows disturbances and it lists them, and you can click on 1, 2, 3, however many's out there, or you can click on all. That's pretty cool.
That's what I've been looking at.
Right, looking at it. Yeah, I knew you would be next. That would be next. So that's why I went ahead and got it up.
Well, let's see if this should be the 8 o'clock. All right. Now, that that thing that was a tropical, subtropical, whatever,
Cristobal
yesterday's gone,
is gone.
disappeared, evaporated. Wow, that's a new word. There is a system, the last one to come off the coast of Africa. It's been up and down, up and down, up and down. What the chances of forming into anything were. It's what they call disturbance number 2, 50% chance of cyclone formation over the next 7 days. Maybe not. It's 1,000 miles west of the Cabo Verde Islands. It's about halfway in between the islands, the Lesser Antilles, and the African coastline. That's where it is. It's closer to Africa. Environmental conditions are forecast to be generally conducive for gradual development, and a tropical depression could form this weekend or early next week, while the wave moves westward or west-northwestward across the central tropical Atlantic. It's a long ways from here.
Yes.
Disturbance number 1 is closer. It's out there, and it has a 20% chance of cyclone formation over the next 7 days, but it's close. It's close. It's approaching the Lesser Antilles Islands now. Tropical wave is 400 miles east of the Windward Islands, producing gusty winds and a large area of showers and thunderstorms. The system is moving into a region of increasing upper level winds, and that's why they're not giving it much of a chance of forming into anything that's called shearing. It just keeps it down. Potential of development continues to decrease. Yesterday it had a 70% chance. Today it's got a 20% chance. Even though development is unlikely, gusty winds and areas of heavy rain possible across portions of the Lesser Antilles tonight and Saturday. That will affect, vacationers and cruise ships and all that sort of good stuff down there. It will make it so that seasickness will be the order of the day on some of those cruise ships.
We've got Tropical Storm Lala out there in the Pacific that's expected to become a hurricane this weekend and start affecting Hawaii.
Yeah, that's the first time Hawaii itself, the big island, has been hit in a while.
Right. So anyway, we've been very fortunate here in the Eastern Atlantic.
Yep.
Thank you to El Nino, which, it stands at a 69% chance right now. The prediction is that this El Nino is going to become a historic event, dating back, according to records, dating back all the way to 1950. So,
back to my time.
El Nino.
We had Senator Tom Tillis on yesterday.
Yes, we did.
And while he was on, and I was listening to him explain some things, from his take. A man who's been in the U.S. Senate for 12 years. He was in the North Carolina legislature for, I forgot how many he said, 10 years, 8 years or something. But anyway, he explained the facts of life to Tar Heel Republicans yesterday.
His facts, his opinion, yes.
Well, he's got a pretty damn good opinion.
Well, yeah, I would say so, but still.
Anybody in here's got.
Oh, most definitely.
All right. So he says, continue sitting on your butts and twiddling your thumbs, and Roy Cooper will be our next senator. His multi-million-dollar war chest, the other millions being spent by Win Senate, as an organization that has more money than Fort Knox has got. And the negative campaign with one issue has been mounted by the Cooper campaign and the Democratic National Committee against Michael Whatley, a newcomer, as a candidate to the whole political process. A very nice man. He doesn't deserve the crap that he's catching. You know that?
Yes.
Whatley is a nice man.
Yes, he is.
He came of age as a behind-the-scenes person, helping build the strengths of the GOP in the state, across the state, as head of the Republican Party in North Carolina, working so hard that the president wanted him to handle the national party. When Tillis officially said about a year ago that he would not seek another term, Whatley's name was thrown into play. Going up against the Roy Cooper machine with the National Democrat Party behind him every step of the way, with all the dogs that could be spared, snooping into everything they could find on Whatley, they finally centered on a man that has a checkered past. But it's easy to say that, right? One that had been helping Republicans for more than 16 years. Whatley's part He agreed with those who wanted this man to be elevated within the party structure. He didn't go out locating. He was already there. Even with his criminal past to help Republicans win elections. And this is a man that, this man that we're going to talk about, we're going to come up with him. I'll tell you more about him. He admitted what he did. He fessed up. He pleaded guilty. Okay? I find it remarkably interesting that such a powerful group has not found a boatload of issues with Michael Watley, spending literally millions of dollars to blast a candidate who must be absolutely so squeaky clean that the best they could do has been to link him with a man who actually spent more time, more than 6 years in prison after he pled guilty. Was put on a work farm. You know what a work farm is?
Mm-hmm.
There's no significant presence of guards. They're out there working. And as liberal Democrats have said time and again and again and again in other cases, well, this man has paid his debt to society. He spent his time in prison. The sentence that he was given, he did the time. Period.
Yes, he did.
Period. So this man, Harvey Lee West Jr., now 55 years of age, a former police officer in Beaufort County, convicted in 2000 for having inappropriate contact with 3 girls. One was 16, 2 others about 14, in 1999, the year before. He pleaded guilty to charges of taking indecent liberties with minors, assuming that he would spend a maximum of 6 years in prison. That was the deal that he decided to take. That was the offer that was made to him. Taking chances with a jury on those charges before a plea bargaining could have resulted in a much longer term if found guilty. In 2006, he was released and ordered to register as a sex offender for a minimum of 10 years. He's abided by all the rules. After prison, he began raising money for the Republican Party, was even allowed to participate in Republican-sanctioned fundraising events and in other positions within the state GOP, never denying his past. With his voting rights restored, West voted in every election. I looked it up. Primaries, special elections, and general elections from 2006, after he was released from prison, through 2024, the last election cycle. How many other Republicans, Democrats, or even unaffiliated folks in this state can make that claim? Every election, special elections, primaries, runoffs. He did them all.
Yes, he did.
In about 2012, when he was chosen as a delegate to the convention, his record was revealed, and he resigned as the delegate to that convention. He never tried to hide his criminal past. That needs to be perfectly clear. Mostly in the background, still raising money for the Republicans, he was approved to step into a senior role when he was recommended after Michael Watley became the GOP chairman for the state. Watley was presented with his name. He approved the recommendations. And all was well. And then, as a candidate for the U.S. Senate, a political organization supporting ex-Governor Roy Cooper, the Democrat nominee for the Senate seat, has been spending millions of dollars, literally millions of dollars, on a smear Watley campaign on a multitude of digital platforms. One issue only. Watley's ads have centered on Cooper's release, part of his ads have centered on Cooper's release of several thousand convicted felons, including murderers, from prison, with a number of those released being rearrested, convicted, and re-imprisoned on new charges of crimes against North Carolinians. Interesting to note that Cooper, for 8 years before he was governor, served as the Attorney General for North Carolina. Do you know what that position is? That's the chief law enforcement officer in the state, a position that had him as head of the State Department of Justice to fight criminal enterprises. But as governor, he releases 3,500 people during COVID. For what reason? To keep them from getting COVID. How many of them were rearrested? A bunch. A bunch have been rearrested to prey on you and me. Harvey L. West Jr. was convicted of committing atrocious crimes, yes, the full details of which it's not even, I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. We know a little bit, don't know everything. It doesn't matter really too much because he pleaded guilty to avoid the possibility of a lengthy prison sentence. That part bothers me because, as we heard this week, prosecutors, why does it bother me? You got to think about it. We heard from our DA, prosecutors go for the jugular for deviant child predators. The word if is big. If there is evidence, they can prove it happened beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
They didn't have that, apparently. The prosecutors chose, no, I don't know, let's make a deal. The out-of-state financiers of Cooper's campaign, along with the outrageous amount of money the Democrat National Committee and the Win Senate PAC is pouring into the campaign, that is what should be concerning in any North Carolina race, and especially this one. Senate seat is very important. One of 100 positions. If it was foreign money being used in a presidential race, which we know has been done after being funneled, that's a word that I use because laundered should be used, through various groups, including Canadian-based campaign organizations for former presidential candidate Hillary Clinton, with those funds being legally transferred from the Canadian, oh, here's Hillary, to the U.S., here's Hillary, without any records. We should be upset because the actual source of those funds going into the Canadian coffers is unknown because Canada does not require it, in fact, does not allow it. If there are loopholes, politicians will use them. As far as Cooper's personal campaign, he is not producing nor apparently endorsing the anti-Watley spots to connect him with a convicted sex offender, even though the sex offender has paid his debt to society legally with more than 6 years behind bars. Of course, Cooper supporters forget those 3,500 people. They didn't pay their debts to society. They were released on society. They were set free by a politician wanting to be a U.S. senator. And that, to me, is as disturbing as anything else.
It's the way the politics games play, unfortunately. And I will say this, and I know I've said it before. 2019, I was on the same executive committee that Harvey West was with the state GOP. In fact, I sat next to him many of the meeting. I know Harvey and I know his wife. I did not know anything about anything of his past life when I first met him. Through the years, you hear things about people. It's natural for people to gossip about other people. Harvey was the first congressional district chairman in 2019. He resigned in 2026 early from that position because he knew, like everybody knew, that the Democratic Party was going to use his past to try to make Michael Watley look bad. Now, I will tell you, Michael Watley was the chairman of the state party at the time. And as we all sat in there in our central committee meetings and our executive board meetings with the state, and Michael Watley was the chairman and overseeing, when he assigned people to committees or when people volunteered to committees, never once did he say, oh, wait, have you got any kind of a criminal background? Have you ever been arrested? Have you ever had a traffic? Is there anything I need to know before I assign you this committee? That's not the way it works. And nobody questioned anybody being assigned or working in a committee.
Harvey West never hid it.
Harvey West,
because it became public in 2012 too.
I'm telling you right now, Harvey has always been up front with his arrest, his time served. He never, ever hid it. And if it hadn't been for the fact that Michael Wally was running for U.S. Senate, and the Democratic Party was using Harvey's past against Michael's campaign, Harvey would still be chairman of the 1st Congressional District GOP. But Harvey relinquished all that because he knew that the other side was using it as a campaign thing. But unfortunately, seeing this happen so many times in politics, I will tell you that there was a lot of Republicans that were very upset to learn about Harvey's past charges and the sentence that he served, etc. And, back in 2020, the Republican Party became very divided. Seen it happen, seen it with local, seen it with state, etc. And there was people that were very critical of other people. There were people that were very critical of Michael Whatley. They wanted a new chairman. You're going to have that. You have that group, and then you have this group. Mm-hmm. And so the group that didn't like Michael Whatley, of course, were going after everybody else in Michael Whatley's circle because it made them feel better, I guess. And there was a lot of people that kept attacking Harvey West. Social media, they were constantly bringing it up. So anyway, this past convention that was held in June here in the state of North Carolina, the Republican convention, the state, someone had made a motion and a resolution, and it was passed that it was going to be put into the plan of organization for the state Republican Party, into their rules and guidelines and stuff, that if you've been convicted of any kind of sex offense in the state of anywhere, and you were charged and you were found guilty, you would not be allowed to serve on the Republican Party in any capacity. So that was passed. So now it's in the books. But prior to June of this year, there was never anything in the books that said, if you've been convicted of a sex crime, you can't serve.
So let me ask you.
Right.
Does it have anything in your books
Right.
that says that a guy that crashes a stop sign and it hits an elderly lady broadside and she's killed, and you're going to be charged with vehicular homicide, right?
Right.
Manslaughter or whatever.
Right.
And you do your time. You serve 2-3 years or suspended sentence or whatever, but you do your time. You pay your debt to society. Can they serve?
Sure, why not? See, in the Republican platform, it really it didn't really cover all that. But now the platform, after this last convention, it is included in the platform that, But Rayford, okay, we're in a room and there's probably, 60 people. We're representing all the state of North Carolina from all counties. Never once did any of us have a discussion like, hey, have you got anything in your past you need to be careful of? What have you done? Have you got a record? None of us, we never were concerned with each other's life.
Yeah.
We were concerned with what we were doing there at the time and what we were going to do for the party.
Yeah.
That's Steve calling.
Well, we've got just about 2 minutes here. Steve, that's what we got.
Hey,
Hey,
I got you. I wanted to call and say good morning.
Well, good
Hope y'all
morning.
have a blessed weekend.
you too.
I was going to call a few minutes earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt Lee. She was on the roll.
Yeah.
And we interrupt her so many times, so I just didn't want to do it.
God, thank you.
Well, that was very nice of you.
It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah. A quick thought on the whole Michael Whatley and people
Yes.
thing is that both of those criticisms are true, but I feel trivial. I understand the one about the pardoning, blanket pardon for a bunch of criminals, and some of them turned out to be, repeat offenders. Blanket pardons are never a good idea. Same thing with happened with the January 6th blanket pardon. Some of those people turned out to be true criminals. So, not a good idea to do that. That's a genuine criticism of him. And, hiring the guy that he knew was a sex offender for Michael Whatley, that's a genuine criticism, but it says nothing
Right.
about what they're going to do for the future. That's what we ought to be talking about. What are they going to do for us in the future? Yeah. And we're talking about trivial past, so I don't know. I feel
He's,
That's politics 101.
right now, he's got it to lose.
Right. That's politics 101. If you're in the lead, don't say anything.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's still.
Anyway, other than that, y'all have a blessed
All right.
weekend.
Thank you,
too.
Steve. Have a great one.
Well, I will say that Wally has been trailing in the polls ever since
Yes.
this campaign started. Now, what kind of polls they used, where they're getting the polls from, who knows?
You know me and polls. I don't trust them.
But you know, there could be a lot of sense to the fact that a lot of people don't take polls. And it could be that come this general election that people actually turn out to vote. I hope so in Onslow County. I hope that Onslow County voters get out and go, look, like, we're not really the worst in the congressional district. We're the best. But I will tell you that I went onto the Board of Elections webpage again here in Onslow County.
Yes. Hey, please give me some good news.
Early voting locations to be determined. Early voting dates and times to be determined. They still don't have it on the page. Still not. Rayford. And then you wonder why. This is a lot of the problem with people turning out to vote also. There's no information. Now, I know Onslow County on their page, they've been putting it out. On the government page, they've been putting out the dates and times and stuff.
The county has,
And
but the Board of Elections has not.
The Board of Elections has not.
Who's in
Was it?
charge?
I can't remember. It's she's
Where does she live? Can we give her a call?
New
at her house?
Hanover County.
Maybe I can ride down there and knock on her door.
Well, yeah, I'm sure
Ask her
if you
if she's at
probably go
work.
down to the Board of Elections,
think
she
so?
might be there.
Do you want to put any money on that?
No, heck no. I don't
All right,
have
I'm
any
just
money.
checking
I don't have any money
to lose.
to lose. Right. Right. But this is a big issue here.
I don't know who's in charge of it, but right now I have not seen this Board of Elections in a more confused state as far as the public information that I'm watching here on this website. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous. This is August.
That's right. September, 1 month from tomorrow, we'll be putting
How
signs
long
out
do
for
they
the
have to
election.
be able to register to vote? What's the deadline?
Well, now you can go in there and pick up a lot of that information because it refers you to the state. It clicks you to
I
the
know
link
that,
for
but
the state.
What I'm just asking, how long? Because we need to have this other information before October 15th when voting starts.
Well, I think that it's very important that when people go to the Onslow County Board of Elections website, that the information for the dates and times and locations be there.
Mhm.
I had somebody just the other day send me a private message and say, when does early voting start? Which we knew that. So I told him. He said, and what's on the ballot? I said, let me go in and check your ballot. Of course, they don't have the ballots done yet. So where you can go in and click on your ballot and see who's coming up. So you can do your research on that person. No ballots yet.
I'm going to give you good news.
Okay, good
And
news.
people are going to say, oh, God, he's one of those guys. The only good judicial news
All right.
that I have run across, I came across it yesterday, is that in one day, yesterday, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Alabama each reduced the death row population by one murdering scumbag that was taking up space and using good air. In each case, the condemned each got a dose of killer drugs, the cocktail as they have been formed. The drugs administered one at a time relaxes the scums so they can slowly enter never coming back land with no perceived pain.
Night, night.
Oh, boo-hoo. They were
Night,
convicted
night.
for committing heinous
Yes,
crimes
yes.
against innocent people, and they did not care about the fear or the pain they inflicted. I believe in legal executions, of course, as prescribed by law. That does not involve torture, by the way. At the
Right.
same time, I'm not going to lose any sleep if the condemned are stressed. If they or hurt a little bit, I don't care. Not everyone is going to react the same way. No, condemned people, that same cocktail doesn't work the same on different people because their stress levels are different. I doubt that we would ever want to use a single large caliber bullet to the back of the head without any fanfare. Fast, effective, yes,
Yeah.
but not the way we do business.
Well, I need to rush home because coming on at 9 o'clock, which will probably be 9:30, 10 before it starts. South Carolina court is going to hear the motions from Alex Murdaugh's
I
attorneys
saw something
to
on that
have
last night.
his murder conviction thrown out. Now, I will say he's got some attorneys that will do everything they can to do their job. They did get him a new trial, but now they want the murder convictions from the whole thing thrown out because it was introduced into the grand jury before the first trial that there was blood spatters found on a shirt that he was wearing, which proved to be absolutely false, untrue. They proved that that never happened. And they said had the grand jury known that at the time, they probably would not have indicted Alex Murdaugh. I think Alex Murdaugh's guilty. I think he's guilty. I think he did it. I watched the entire trial. So today I'm going to watch and see what the court's going to do about
this. I don't think
this.
they're going to throw that one out.
I don't think so either, but because there was anyway. But next week's shaping up to be a good week. Monday we're going to have a Dancing with the Star.
Yep.
Join us in the studio, Evan Jarman. Tuesday we're going to have the Jacksonville interim police chief.
Yep.
And the Jacksonville Fire Department's chief in here at the same time.
Fighting it out.
And
Axes
we're going to
versus
talk
guns.
about the Battle of the Badges coming up.
I need a fire axe. I've got a baton over there.
Well, you could don't you have an axe? You just paint it red, paint the handle red or something.
Actually, I have a fire entry tool somewhere. I think I got it out there in the place.
Oh, and then we have fire extinguishers. Happy birthday, Robbie. Happy birthday.
We say happy birthday.
She was younger today.
Well, she is.
Very,
sit down. We're still on the air. Pull up.
see that.
Pull up a chair. Get up close to the microphone where people can hear you.
Yeah,
and
we're
see
glad
you.
you came in so I can personally wish you
Hello,
happy birthday.
world.
Hello, world, and happy birthday. And she said that you put up with me too long.
I said, right to everybody listening, I don't know how you've done it, but, kudos. Oh, now you've done it.
Coming up on 20 years.
Yes. Wow. Congratulations.
We got a cat
on
that old.
too. Wow.
That's true.
But anyway, yep, it's happy birthday day, and we got things to do today, don't we?
Good.
We do.
Very
Yep.
good.
Guests coming in? Guests coming in? Big old reunion
I
tomorrow
haven't
night?
heard from them yet.
Yeah, well, they're coming in. I know.
They
will.
sleep late.
Yeah.
Well, so you have time to go get your nap now.
I'm going to get the nap.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
didn't
will
get-
sleep whether there are people here or not.
I didn't get one out yesterday.
I understand, huh? Becoming the same way.
So anyway, all right.
Anyway, so we have a good week coming up.
We've got a
next
good
week.
week next week, and we do appreciate all you guys tolerating us this week, especially her. So
Excuse me?
What?
Excuse me?
No, where's that dog? There was a female dog in there. That's what
Yeah,
I was talking
okay.
about.
Okay, anyway.
So anyway, we will see you guys next week.
That's
and
right.
So be safe out there for this weekend. Please don't make us read about you on Monday.
Yeah.
We don't want to read about you.
If you get mad on the road, just calm down. Calm
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Right.
don't do road rage. It's not worth it.
Yep.
And you'll gain nothing by it, because there are predators out there waiting for you,
That's right.
as we have witnessed.
Yes.
You're live in Local Real Talk, where we are, for the time being, awake. We're never going to be woke, and I will be asleep shortly. Bye, y'all.